Hey, good morning. It is Tuesday, January 13th, 2026. My name is Don Swanker. I will call the Jackson County Board of Supervisors meeting to order. To my left, Supervisor Mike Steinis.
Good morning.
Supervisor Nin Flagle. We got
Morning.
Bjorn from IT. We got Lisa from the auditor's office. We got Luann in the back. We got Brittany from the press.
Morning.
And we have a public hearing for zoning. Get back up. Come on. Come on up.
Okay.
We will go ahead and open the public hearing. Has anybody received any feedback, information, calls, emails, Instagram, Pony Express, or anything to communicate thoughts, yays or nays on this here?
I have not.
Nothing from me.
I have got nothing.
I mean, anybody that
Silence.
reviewed the new ordinance, hope to think it's user friendly and much more clarification than we had previously.
Correct.
So, I had some calls on, some zoning issues, and of course I turned them toward you and said that our zoning ordinance is online and we check it out. Yeah, so that's all I have.
So thoughts, comments, questions, concerns, motions?
There's no further discussion. I make a motion, we close the public hearing.
I would second that.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nan to close the public hearing in regards to ordinance 321, the zoning clarification ordinance. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Then we have possible action on ordinance 321.
I'll make a motion to approve the ordinance of 321 zoning.
I need to waive the second and third further.
You can't waive anything you haven't motioned. For the fourth. So we have a motion by Nan
I'm sorry, what's the motion?
to approve ordinance, the first reading of ordinance 321, the rezoning ordinance clarification, or the zoning ordinance clarification.
I will second.
Got a motion by Nan, second by Mike to approve ordinance 321, the zoning clarification ordinance. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Now, if so choose, we can entertain a motion to waive Robert's Rules of Orders and proceed with the second and third reading.
So moved.
We got a motion by Mike,
Second.
second by Nan to suspend Robert's Rules of Orders and proceed with the second, third readings of ordinance 321, the zoning clarification. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Now, if the rules are suspended, we can proceed with the second, and third reading if we so choose.
I'll make a motion to approve the second reading of the zoning ordinance 321 zoning classification.
Second, I thought we waived them.
No, you gotta still do the
You
second.
still
and
gotta
third
approve
readings.
them.
So we have a motion by Lynn, second by Mike to approve the second reading of the zoning ordinance 321 zoning clarification. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Now we'll look for a motion for the third and final reading.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Got a motion by Nan, second by Mike to approve the third and final reading of zoning ordinance 321, the zoning, or the ordinance 321 zoning clarification. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. It is so.
Great.
There you go. Any other questions, thoughts, concerns?
I have none.
All right. Have a good day.
Thank the board again too for their work on that and you also and your staff and.
And I feel clarified. I don't know what that.
That's exactly what we wanted for now and future.
You bet. Thank you very much, you guys. All right, next up, we got visitors and citizens. Is anybody here that's not listed on the agenda like to address the board? Good morning, sir.
I'm easy, Josh
Morning.
Bolt, City of Macokota.
Yeah.
I wish our public hearings on zonings weren't that easy.
Well, we've had difficult ones, though.
I chatted with Lisa yesterday about dispatch numbers doing business as is for your budgeting process coming up, so. Want to give you updated figures. We're putting letters in the mail to Lisa's office and the cities based on the 25, 26 column. But the highlighted is a representation of the personnel costs, and we're gonna be bringing on a leadership position to replace Bob Wayne, who's pretty firm. He's done March 1st, 2027. It's chief's view and our council's view that we need to be on this, so you could be looking forward to a job ad here shortly, and they want me to try to hire a position before July 1 even, and obviously we're not gonna bill out on that, but we gotta get moving, and as I said last time, it's what we've done, so I didn't want anything to be a shock to you, so I just want to pass this out so you have your numbers and
Good.
Can incorporate into your budget process. So, and if you have any conversation to follow up on this right away, I'm happy to answer, and kind of fresh off last night's finance and personnel committee meeting. Same meeting last night, they pretty well directed me to contact the 911 architect, someone like Dubuque County hired to ultimately tell us what we already know about moving infrastructure 30 feet. So we'll do that. And I don't know what their length of, I guess, response time will be, but I've been pretty well told to pencil that number out for y'all to understand, not just y'all, but everyone, what those costs were.
I guess my only question is, seeing this number, is if I look at the ordinance or the resolution that you guys, the 4 cities passed coming up with the
Yeah.
agreement, there's about $86,000 difference.
Yeah.
And is that just because since then you decided to hire somebody?
No, that's easy to explain though, because the agreement was audited and closed costs based on the prior year. So if someone retired, someone switched their health insurance plan, whatever else, I know, and our staff knows that if I ask, give me all the personnel related expenses for the prior fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025, that's what that 606 number was. So this number is forward looking into the next budget year and what we have to do. So we'll be hiring employees. So the short answer is partly yes, but taking no difference on what we've ever done in the past, this is the revision of the number. That was one of the selling points to the agreement to the other cities.
Yeah.
Is you've continued to pay us based on what we plan to bill out based on a budget for the next year. The agreement that we were proposing, if you ask me, prove $606,000, we could absolutely do it. And so we want to get to that space because I think that's clean, but as I said last time, this isn't about increasing a number at all. It's we can't change anything based on the way we've done it the last 30 years, and hopefully we come to a close soon.
Yeah.
But we plan on bringing on an employee, so it's kind of a two-part answer. That yeah, I understand what you're saying, and the concern that there's an expectation violation there. That 606 number come from the prior year financials that had closed.
I understand that a little bit, but and this is at the nitpick, but if I remember reading that agreement right, it kind of says for 26 at 606, for 27 at 606.
Yeah.
Then it goes up, so it's almost like we're a capitated thing. This is what you'll pay regardless of the expenses.
Until we're audited and closed each financial year. So there, in the agreement, my view on it was, yeah, we'd have 2 fiscal years of payments of being the exact same, and the city would be eating that until the agreement's automatically updated with each fiscal year that closed.
Okay. All right.
I hope I'm explaining that well enough, but if we were ever said, prove $606,000 as a curious other entity, I think that's the space you have to be in an agreement.
Well, I guess I took it when we saw the agreement going around and stuff, this is the number.
No,
And we're like,
Lisa and I talked about that yesterday. I said at that November meeting, that number is part of the agreement that was proposed. It isn't guaranteed for what we're turning in if nothing happened. I know a lot of things were said in the November meeting, but
I was like,
I didn't say it.
I'm so confused on the November
So
meeting.
that changes the number that they agreed to, though. Actually, the signed document that they agreed to, that changes the percentage or changes the number.
Yeah, they would, yeah. But I mean, they all knew that heading into signing it, that it may not pass. And like I said, that's where we are currently. But I certainly, for your budget process, I have the respect for it and continuing on quickly. Lisa advised me, you better get this over to them quickly, which is why I showed up unannounced. And
yeah, because we're talking about it on Thursday, so
yeah.
I appreciate it.
The first part of your statement, when you sat down here, where your council advised you to figure out what it's gonna cost to move that 30 feet or whatever. I'm a little confused on that, cause I thought when we left, you guys were keeping it, so why are we moving it?
If that was a chosen option in the future, they wanna know the cost. I think that was kind of owed to you all, is to measure that cost through an architect contract of some sort, so. You know, I think that if I was you and they became county employees someday for some reason. You'd want to lease where they're currently at as a taxpayer, finding a reason to spend $1 million to move to their own private space. Probably not the prudent thing to do. They told me you can't just have this circling conversation, you need to find a cost, so. I'm hoping to call Dubuque County's dispatch center architect, I know they're out of Chicago, and say, look. I realize this is a small contract in your world, but I really wouldn't mind a day trip of you folks coming out here, we'll pay you hourly. And then just take a look at our building and take a look at your building and just think about some high level global cost, so. To answer your question,
I have a question. So does that mean just the equipment or does that mean actual changes to our building? I mean, so it's one thing to move the equipment from here to here. Is it also going to include the renovations to the building or just the equipment?
I don't think they're gonna give you a number on that. But obviously, it's gonna take renovation, if that's the
Which
case.
could be
I
significant.
mean, we've talked about it before. Does it make sense to move 30 feet for $2 million? Hard to the public to agree to that.
Hard to ask them to swallow that.
But then if you have another 500,000 or $1 million to renovate the building. So it's,
Makes it even harder to swallow that.
well,
It's cheaper to move the police. So,
I don't want to spread rumors, but that is an option.
Yeah.
You know, that's what, you know, the design of our city hall was always that we incorporate MMU into it until the police department had to move over. So this is way down the path, but if, you know, that was ever an option or needed to do it, fine. It's part of it.
All part of the discussion, I would say.
Yeah.
Good.
Be well.
all right.
Just want to get
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Have a good day, sir.
You too. Thank you.
Is there anybody, who else is online? Who?
Right.
Right.
Okay. All right, so I don't hear anybody else from the citizens and visitors, so we'll move on. Jaden Shekel. Our county engineer, good morning,
Morning.
sir.
Morning. First thing on the agenda is from previous discussion last week regarding setting date for a public hearing for the 5-year program. Since last week, our office has received no comments one way or the other. Didn't know
Did you see that?
what your preference is. I mean, could we try it 1 year after regular board meeting and see what the input is following that? Because the subsequent years can always go back or.
Hey,
the same.
We just got something, can we take a recess for about 5 minutes? All right, we apologize for that. We're gonna go ahead and reconvene at this time and continue with Jaden Shekel.
So yeah, last week we talked about the setting a date for the fiscal year 27 5-year program. Decided to wait a week to see if there was any input from anybody, since previously it's always been held at a night meeting for people. The last couple of years have been either low attendance or no attendance. Well, I guess I would like to see maybe try it during a regular day meeting after a board meeting, like for an hour. See how it goes for a year, and if it receives a lot of input or backlash, I guess we can always take the following year, go back to a night meeting. But really it's up to you three. I just wanted to bring it up since we're approaching that time to start setting that date for public hearing.
I make a motion to have the public hearing for the 5-year road program on February 17th at 10 a.m.
Do you want to do 10 or 11? I guess.
11.
I would second that.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nan, to set the FY 27 county 5-year road program public hearing for February 17th, 2026 at 11 a.m. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Next up is our second application for the 2026 build grant. This one is for Iron Bridge replacement, again, to submit along with the other 6 counties. So same as last week with the 395th project, this is a 28E agreement amongst the 7 counties and the Iowa County Engineers Association, and then also a resolution for the letter of support from the Board of Supervisors. These are nice, the resolution number, or last week we did them separately, I believe.
Yeah.
So I guess the first thing is, would recommend approval for board chair signature and auditor's signature for the 28E interagency agreement.
I'd make a motion to approve the
We have-
28E agreement.
Are those resolution numbers or?
Signatures.
But you're only approving the agreement right now, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I do have a resolution number.
I would second that.
we've got a. There's no resolution number for this
This will
one.
be the next motion.
Okay, we got a motion by Nan, second by Mike to approve the 2088 interagency agreement for the build grant for Iron Bridge reconstruction replacement. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And then following that is a resolution, and the resolution is simply just a letter of support from the Board of Supervisors for the application. So our department recommends approval for resolution number
1161-01-13-2026.
I would make a motion to approve that resolution as presented.
I would second that.
I got a motion by Mike, second by Nan to approve a resolution 1161-01-13-2026, a letter of support for the build grant for Iron Bridge. Any other discussion,
Includes board chair and auditor signatures.
including board chair and auditor signatures? Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
And last is a utility right-of-way permit for Macocata Valley. It's simply just to add aerial fiber line to their existing overhead lines. So no poles will be replaced or anything. It's simply just adding a line on their overhead. And the overhead clearance will be a minimum of 20 feet at all times, which is more than the bare minimum that we would require. So with that, our department sees no issues with it. I guess I should step back. This is along 100th Street in the Jackson Township, sections 31 and 32. So our department recommends board approval.
I'd make a motion to approve.
I would second.
Got a motion by Nan, second by Mike to approve right of way permit for Macocata Valley Electric Cooperative aerial fiber installation on 100th Street, section 31 and 32 of Jackson Township. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Just wanted to give a brief update. Kenilworth Bridge our construction / replacement has started as of yesterday. So they are working on tearing out the deck. Before they can remove the bridge, it must strip all that concrete off the deck because there's a lot of weight there otherwise. So they are quite literally hammering away at it.
That was the topic of conversation on Facebook, one of the scanner pages. What are they doing to that bridge? It's only been about a
Talking
year.
about it too.
Yeah. So I replied, we're replacing it.
Yeah, there's a lot of activity around that area and Moorhead Bridge, the final repair was made last Friday. So working on getting our consultant back to schedule, plan to come back this week to do the inspection of it to reopen it. Since it was last inspected, that's when they had their critical finding, I had to close it, takes another inspection to reopen it. So this isn't like there's no more like non-destructive testing that was performed. This is simply just like no different than our other bridges, just a re-inspection to reopen it. So that's planned for sometime this week unless he gets busy, but we're trying to get it done as soon as possible.
Okay.
Reopen with a restricted weight limit.
Correct.
I
Yeah.
think we're shooting for what, 15 ton like it was?
Mhm.
That, and just to clarify, further, we've had a call and complaint, a meeting about gravel in the yard and things, and we just want to put it out, whether the paper wants to do something or the people watching, is just understand that when we got our big snows in the end of November, early December this year, it was 50, 60 degrees the weeks before, so the ground wasn't frozen. We're doing a wonderful job reclaiming our roads, which keeps the rock on the road, which gets them to dry off, but the rock is there. when the ground ain't frozen, you're pushing a foot of snow, 6, 8 inches of snow. It takes a little bit and you pick up some of that rock that is not frozen to the ground, unfortunately. Normally that time of year in the wintertime, even right now, normally our ground is frozen. It is not. So if we get snow like they're talking about this weekend, it has a tendency to pick it up. Now they're talking what, Thursday and Friday, it could be in the 20s, and hopefully we can freeze some of that back down. But so we understand it is not our goal to put a lot of rock in your driveways or in your ditches and in your yards. It's just an unfortunate, condition of the circumstances. We can't help it. We need to plow the roads. And
That's
so,
the other option
yeah,
is.
we don't plow the roads and leave the rock there,
You
or
ain't
we
gonna be
plow the
happy.
roads and some of it goes in the yard. We do apologize. We do the best we can, but it's an inevitable fact with unfrozen ground. It will pick up rock and put it in the ditch. And so just keep that in mind. We get it. We don't like it. It's part of having gravel roads. That's just something that can happen. So.
Yeah, and unlike the previous, say 20+ years, we are now, it's proven, we're putting a lot of, through the spring, through fall, we're putting a lot of rock back on the gravel roads. So, inevitably, most residents will maybe see, even whether it's frozen or not, tend to see a little more rock in the ditch than years prior, because there's now more rock on the road. And that benefits the traveling public through most of the times of the year. It's an unfortunate thing. If we could make it magically stay on the road, we would, but that's nearly impossible to have done. But yeah, just to follow up, there is another reason why there's just maybe more people are noticing more rock in the ditches. The roads themselves have more rock on them now.
Yeah.
And that's what we're shooting for too.
I just want to put that out there. Keep that in mind. We are doing the best we can to mediate some of that circumstances, but it's inevitable. And
it's not anything that secondary road guys are doing wrong. They're doing their job how they're supposed to be doing them.
right.
Yep.
Anything else for Jaden? We appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Is Lisa or Luann, could you check is this Andrew coming?
Andrew is not coming. He said he got double booked. He's coming next week.
Okay. We won't need to, we'll move on to Lisa.
Good morning.
How's your morning go?
You know what? It's all good. I need a motion to approve the January 2026 board proceeding and work session minutes as written by Auditor Smith and authorized publication in the official newspapers.
So move.
I'd second that.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nan to approve January 6th, 2026 board proceedings minutes as written by Auditor Smith and authorized publication in the official newspapers. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. Opposed? Motion carries.
Need a motion to approve and authorize the auditor's office to issue warrants in the publication of the claims listing in the amount of $691,263.92.
I'd make that motion.
I would second.
Got a motion by Nan, second by Mike to approve and authorize auditor's office to issue warrants in the publication of the claims listing in the amount of $691,263.92. Understanding that there's about 270 some thousand in 2 trucks for secondary roads, and there's just shy of 270,000 in bridge replacement costs. So those are the 2 big things. I forget, we had about a 25,000 in our budget. I forget, we were paying something. It's like one of the first 2 pages is,
Well, them are dump trucks. I mean, just.
yeah, the chassis,
Waste authority.
the waste authority payments. So
Our-
otherwise, the claims weren't bad. It just secondary roads had a couple purchases and expenses. So any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
That's all that I have for the board today. Thank you.
Miss Luann, you have the deck.
Good morning.
Good morning. I hope I have the voice for it. It's trying to leave. Okay, calendar for this week. Today at 10 o'clock, we have budget work sessions. At 3:30 this afternoon is the Macocata River Watershed Management Authority Executive Meeting by Zoom for Don. And tonight at 6 o'clock is the Conference Board budget meeting in the community room for all of you. Tomorrow, January 14th at 9 a.m. is Mike's turn on KMAQ's Just Talk program. At 1 o'clock is a 0 to 5 and 60 minutes meeting by Zoom for NIN. At 4 o'clock is Veterans Affairs Commission meeting in the community room for any of you. I also at 4 o'clock, I tentatively have a Ports of Eastern Iowa for NIN, but I haven't heard any confirmation on that. And I also have down on here at 6 p.m. tomorrow night, an alternate conference board budget meeting in case we have bad weather tonight, which I don't think is likely, so you can probably cross that off. Thursday, January 15th at 9 a.m., we have more budget work sessions. At 1 o'clock that afternoon is the Grantwood Scenic Byway meeting by Zoom for NIN. 6 p.m. that night is Limestone Bluffs RC&D meeting by Zoom. Oh, and that's for Don. And at 6:30 that night is Jackson County's Municipal League of Mayors annual meeting in Lamont. And that's for Mike, and spouses are welcome to attend that. Monday, January 19th at 1:30 p.m. I tentatively have a Waste Authority meeting at the transfer station for Mike. 6 p.m. Monday night is Zoning Commission meeting in the community room or by Zoom for any of you. And at 7 o'clock, the Together We Build and Steering Committee meeting at Together We Build for Don and Nin. Our next regular meeting will be Tuesday, January 20th at 9 a.m. That day at 10 o'clock, we will also have budget work sessions, starting at 10, I should say. At 12:30 is a safety committee meeting for NIN. 4 p.m. is a virtual aging and disability town hall meeting by Zoom for any of you. 5 o'clock is Jackson County Area Economic Alliance Board meeting at Innovate 120 or by Zoom for Don. 5 o'clock that night is confirmed actually the Conservation Board meeting at Hurstville for any of you. And at 7 o'clock that night is a Board of Health meeting in the community room or by Zoom for NIN. So, very busy day the 20th.
All right.
I believe that's all the action I had for you today.
Okay. Any questions for Luann? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Boards and commissions reports.
They're still working diligently at the landfill. They've got it all completely down. Doing some cleanup at this time, and unofficially heard that the steel's supposed to be coming here in the next week or so. So hopefully we see going back up soon. Like I said, it is open to small pickups, cars, whatnot, to for their whatever they can haul and drop out in the recycle buildings.
Good.
And they are taking appliances and things like that, so you know.
You? Okay, just again, like Jaden said earlier, Chenoweth Bridge being closed. It's a little bit early compared to what I think they wanted to do, but it's nice that we can get in there and start it going, so we can get that bridge down and replaced as fast as possible. It will be nice, and Moorhead Bridge opening up hopefully within a week or so. That'll be help alleviate some of the strain caused, people trying to get around. So if there's nothing else, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make that motion.
I would second.
Got a motion by Nin, second by Mike. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Have a good day, everybody.